Hello guys, good day and welcome to my channel once again. I want to appreciate you for allowing me into your private space at a time like this again. The last time we talked about health seeking attitudes. Today we're going to be looking at positive health seeking attitude that can help us lead healthier lives. Now, the question is, how often do you see your healthcare provider? And some persons will ask the question, if I am not sick, should I see my healthcare provider? That's a very big question. True. Yes. Now, that will take me to mention this. Research has shown that a very large percentage of ailments, diseases that are usually chronic in origin. I'm not talking of ailments that come from accidents like injuries or perhaps something that could just be accidental, chemical burns, biological attack or whatever. We're looking at ailments that start out and become chronic. A high percentage of it, when detected early, can be treated and can be better managed with better outcomes. In most cases, even for the diseases we call incurable diseases, they perhaps could be cured if detected early. And the easiest way to detect a disease early is to subject yourself to some tests we refer to as screening tests. It will interest you to know that it is possible to even detect the presence of some diseases that may not manifest in another 5 to 10 years. And you can only do this if you subject yourself to some required medical examinations. So, when you ask the question, should I see my healthcare provider when I'm not sick? Yeah, because at that time when some of those chronic diseases will be starting out in the body, there may be no symptom at all. You won't feel anything that makes you uneasy. Everything is just still fine. But even as early as that, as long as those ailments are there or have the potential to be there, some investigations can actually pick them up by way of screening tests. So this is my recommendation. Especially if you do, belong to a family lineage, or you have, you are from a home or a family where parents have those diseases that have the potential to be transferred to offspring, that is, they are hereditary, they can be passed from parents to children. By the time you are 30, 35, you should actually be seeing your healthcare provider to undergo some basic screening. If you don't have a family history as such, the moment you become 40, whether there is any potential threat to your health or not, it is important that you begin to see your healthcare provider so that they can do some basic screening tests for you to be able to see whether there's something coming in the future. And somebody will ask, how frequent can I do this? I will recommend that every 6 months, which is like twice a year, take time to see your healthcare provider and do some basic. When I mean basic, things that are quite simple and easy to come by. And most often, when the problem is about to start, it is some of those basic investigations that will point it out first. For example, you do something we call the complete blood count. And it could just be only the WBC that is a bit even changed in value, whether elevated or reduced. Or it could be that some components of that white blood cell that have problem. See, When that is seen by your healthcare provider, it could point him or her to probe further. And I can assure you that as at the time those very basic parameters are beginning to deviate from normal, you will not feel anything, and it will not appear to you as if there's any problem. I must announce to you that this is part of what has characterized the healthcare of most of the developed nations, that you can find a situation where their health indices are always very good. They have developed a lot of screening guidelines that enroll people into screening early enough in life, and compulsorily for that matter, to be able to detect diseases early enough and be followed up early enough. Let me tell you this. Some of these ailments, when they are detected early, you may not even need medication. It could just be lifestyle modification that will change the course of these diseases. But that when your physician or your healthcare provider is aware and he gives you health advice and you follow the health advice, it could just be diet modification, it could just be, activity modification, it could be one thing or the other that will just tell you to do, and that could change the course for good. So the question is, should I really do this? I want to strongly advise that on a 6-monthly basis, by the time you have crossed the age of 40, on a 6-monthly basis, try to see your healthcare provider and do some basic screening tests. Then, if by the guidelines of the country where you live, you already qualify to get into some of the screening programs, get onto the screening programs and let it be done. Because the good thing is that we don't have to live in denial. If this thing is detected on time, it is attended to. But don't forget that because you didn't do a screening test and it was not detected on time, doesn't also mean that when it is time to manifest, it will not still manifest. Because you're not being aware of it will not stop it from manifesting. So I will recommend, therefore, that once you have crossed 40, whether you are feeling fine or not, and if you are not feeling fine, that further justifies why you should. Then if you have a family history of chronic illnesses, when you are over 30 or maybe conservatively over 35, you should already start attending sessions with your healthcare provider to say, I have a family history of this and that, so I would like to do some of my, check your blood pressure, check your, do some blood tests and see if there's anything. Could even be some little as urine test. So could even go as far as asking you to do some imaging procedures that are that are investigative in nature to say, okay, is there anything that points towards this? And the reason I'm canvassing for this is because many of the ailments, when detected on time, can be managed and the outcomes can be better. And don't forget, remember that still the genetics or our genetic makeup may load the gun, but it is our lifestyle that we actually ultimately pull the trigger. So our lifestyle includes what is our attitude towards seeking health. And when you talk about attitude towards seeking health, it is not only when we become unwell that we find it mandatory or obligatory to see our healthcare provider, even if we look well and we are gradually aging. There's the need for us to see our healthcare provider. Many of us have cultivated the habit of taking our cars to either the dealership, to the mechanic, to just check. Maybe they want to go on a journey, say, okay, let's look at the tires, whether the air pressure is enough. If we do that for our cars, why shouldn't we do it for ourselves? Thank you for paying attention. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do well to subscribe to our channel. And if you think this video has helped you, has blessed you, share it and let other people also benefit from this. Thank you.